Hello and welcome to episode 158 of Naija's Geeking Out. This is what season 4, episode 2, season 3, episode 2. Which one is it that one?
4, episode 2.
4-2. Okay, perfect. Okay, I got it right the first time for once. For joining us, your favorite podcast with the Naija twist. We talk about comic books, anything comic book related. And today we've got a full docket and we've got a special guest. Miia is back. Miia Toto, Mo, she is back. Our resident comic book author. How are you, Mo? How are you doing?
I'm good. Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while. What have you been up to? Any new comic books dropped?
Yes, for clients, not for myself. So I take commissions.
Ah,
Nice.
So let's give you business now. It's like,
are you ready to pay?
You're not even interested. Let's plug it now. Let's plug you out there now.
Okay. you didn't even ask her. That last commission, was it true her that they connected her? We want cut. It was true her. We want 10%.
Make it out tonight. Just geek it out. Well, yeah, it's good to have you back. And I've got my usual goons. Today, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm still aghast and shocked and bewildered at the nonsense you put Mo through over the weekend. It's appalling, really. It's seriously appalling.
It's so bad. I was so positive.
Today, when I talk about him being a PMO and the usual rubbish, this is a great example of the great communication skills, and then they will gaslight you.
I swear, it was like I should go in and edit this. I just put the Marvels because WhatsApp has the edit feature now. I say, what you mean? This is what I gave you now. Let me own it. Okay, guys. Sorry, you don't know what we're talking about. Let's bring you in. Red, how you doing? Welcome.
I'm good. Yes. After some well-deserved time off from you guys.
Yeah. How was the gay cruise?
It's good. What?
Nice. Okay. Well, how are you doing?
See?
He told me he had a whale of a time, and it was one of the best cruises he's ever been on. He said to me that you don't know what you're missing unless you try it. And I said, I'm good. So that's how it goes.
Was it free?
I'm fine.
I am
was it
not
free?
going to say anything because you guys are going to get me banned on this podcast. I'm just going to shut up.
Right. Today we've got one movie, 2 TV shows. This is the last Marvel offering this year, TV or movie.
Correct.
It is.
Yes,
it is. Wow. Okay. In case you're unfamiliar, we're talking about the Marvels, which is
not just that one, right?
No, who is that?
Doesn't need introduction. I mean,
who is that? Who is that? Just
even though
we
don't care.
Even Red are saying that it's only because he came back from that cruise and he's been giving some new woke lessons. That's why I talk asking. Oh God.
Red wants to talk.
See the person I'm looking out for. I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. Yeah. So the Marvels, and because of that, we thought, you know what? We also need a very unique female perspective on this. So perhaps there are some things that as 4 roided out guys on this podcast, maybe we might miss. But Miia is certain to pick that up. So we invited her over to talk about this. Miia, did you get to watch this movie, by the way? Before we dive right in.
Yes, I did.
Oh, fantastic.
I did.
Good. Okay. So we'll be talking about the Marvels. You said what?
Miraculously.
Okay. We'll be talking about the Marvels Loki season 2 finale, which happened on Friday. Right?
Yes.
And Invincible season 2 episode 2, which dropped on Friday as well. So I haven't seen this movie, The Marvels. Before we get into it, guys, I must confess I made a bit of a boo-boo like a week ago. So I told Mo to watch this movie. Exactly, Abdi. To watch the Marvels, except I didn't say the Marvels, I said Miss Marvel. So I subjected her to watching that absolutely god-awful series, which she binged over the weekend, but she's been kind enough to overlook that and still watch the movie The Marvels. Miia, do you think watching the series prepped you for?
Actually, I was going to say it probably was a good thing in hindsight that I went back and did that whole series again.
Did you watch it the first time?
I had watched half of it the first time, but I never really gotten to finish it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
she wasn't even a stranger to you at any point. It wasn't like, do you get what I mean? Like if you'd watched it again from scratch, you'll be like, oh, I don't know this person, and then you watch.
Yeah, and so that gave me certain expectations for the movie. But we'll get into that.
Okay. So did you watch? I think you were the first person to watch this, like within the group.
Yeah, I watched
on Thursday, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Don't say. Red, have you watched this?
I've seen it. I said on Thursday.
This is the one I find most surprising. Because I don't think you were keen on this. And usually, if you're not keen on the movie, you'll be like, I'm not going to watch this. Don't bother.
No, it was pre-showing on the ship.
Got it.
Was it a Disney cruise?
Yeah, Disney cruise.
Okay, that's how. Yeah, they do that. I've been on the Disney cruise and seen like a pre-show.
A Disney cruise, right?
Yeah,
Disney.
Good stuff.
My entire family.
How was it? Because I know you saw this it came out on your birthday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
the lowest performing MCU movie ever came out on the day you were born.
I don't know what correlation you're trying to make between that and it coming out on my birthday, but I'll ignore any assertions you're trying to make. Yeah, I watched my birthday.
You know what? As the birthday boy and the champion of this movie, tell us about your experience. First off, did you go alone? Did you go with family? How was it?
No, so I went with my two boys. So
you dragged those boys. Why?
No,
the second body is just tired of this guy.
They're all big fans, and to be honest, the oldest was not meant to attend, but he popped up by surprise on that Friday, so I just scrub around getting a ticket for him. So we went together, IMAX because my birthday. You know what? Let me go watch IMAX 3D.
Let me splurge.
let me splurge a bit. VIP seats and all.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that's what we did. First thing, walking to the cinema.
Coco was worth it.
The three best seated rows were all full, nothing else.
Oh wow!
So for IMAX, if you know what that's like, it was weird. There was not a lot of people there at all.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, the all this bad news is actually I can see it, the effects. So I was able to change some seats around actually when I got there.
Okay.
To get some better seats. I went in with very low expectations because obviously I had a lot of reviews ringing in my ears, like really bad ringing in my ears. So I went in with thinking, okay, this is going to be a crap fest. Yeah. Having said that, I came out of the film thinking it was okay. I didn't think it was as bad as I was expecting.
Okay.
I wouldn't, not by long stretch of imagination would I say is a good film. There's certain things that they did in it that I find defy logic in my mind as to why did you add that? There's certain scenes that were added into it that I just could not comprehend. Who sort of sat down and felt that's a good idea. So we talk about Multiverse of Madness, and we talk about that particular scene about the
Reed and
in this film there's like 3 scenes on that level of
almost WTF moments.
Why on earth? Who thought this is a good idea? Why is this scene here? And one of them totally takes took you out of the tone of the film entirely. It's almost like watching some comedy series, and then there's
like watching
episode.
a Disney movie.
No.
Actually, you're not far off. You're not far off.
No. It felt like watching Bollywood.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things like that. So I'm thinking, and it makes me think there is no oversight from certain people anymore, because I just could not justify those. Or maybe there is oversight from the wrong people. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was an okay film. There's a lot worse films in in the MCU.
In the MCU catalog.
Yeah,
like Shang-Chi. But continue.
If I slap you, if I slap you. But you know, I loved the Miss Marvel series anyway. So that was a plus for me that Kamala Khan was in it, and I think personally she was my favorite part of the film.
Of the movie.
Of the movie, yeah.
Okay.
Of the film, which I thought my favorite part. But I don't want to go into details, but overall,
go on.
And by the way, my kids enjoyed it more than I did.
Okay.
I was shocked at their scores.
Both of them.
Even Mr. Miia.
Man.
Gave me a good score. Yeah.
Okay. So Miia, quick one. You saw this. Did you see it alone? Did you see it with family? What was the vibe?
Alone.
After, was there buzz? Did you feel excited to watch the movie? And afterwards, did you feel? What was your feeling when you came out of it? Like when you were done the film?
I thought there was a technical error.
Okay.
At certain points during the film, I thought maybe I was watching a different film or show. And then when it ended, I think you've all talked about, you've all heard about the runtime issue, right? Being the shortest MCU movie. So I thought
I heard this.
Where I was watching it, I had cut off something or the other.
Okay. The cinema, had a glitch.
Cinema. Yes. So yeah. I was confused at the end.
Did you have a problem with the length?
Basically. I did.
You think it was too short?
I did think it was too short, funny enough.
I thought it was too long.
Things...
You thought it should have just been credits and then the stinger and then the
end. I didn't think there was a lot I didn't understand, right?
Okay.
So I thought maybe if they'd spent maybe just 15 more minutes, I would understand. Sure. So halfway through, I realized I didn't know the plot.
That's never a good thing, by the way.
Introduce the plot. So I was waiting, and then it ended. And then I was like, wait, I'm confused. What just happened? And why?
Oh my gosh.
I still don't know why there was that, the entanglement. I don't know. That wasn't properly really explained. So anyway.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that what you came out feeling almost ambivalent about it. Miia came out confused. Red, what was your feeling coming out or going in? Were you excited in the first place, and then when you came out, and then we'll touch on Tunia, and then.
So I had no plans of I had no plans of going to watch this cinema.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
So, my feelings. Like I said, who thought of this thing, or a couple of things. I came out asking who approved this whole mess.
Oh God! Wow!
How did this pass through any sort of reviews, QA? Who? How?
Wow!
I'm serious. That's how bad it is. I mean, not Love and Thunder.
Not Love and Thunder. Yeah,
because Love and Thunder is just a travesty. But
yeah, it is.
But by its own standards, I had no expectations. It was still atrocious. I'm sorry. I don't think there's any redeeming factor. I just kept shaking my head. Okay, now maybe there's an extra credit thing, post credit.
Okay.
I don't know where that is leading to.
What they're setting up. Yeah.
There might be something there. That is the only thing, but who knows? It might be another 419 universe or 839.
Well, then again, it's. Sorry, go on. I was going to say it's a 30-second clip in a 10-minute movie. That's bad.
The movie, it's just I was saying she was waiting for the plot. There was no plot. I'm sorry. Remember when myself and Dapo were chopping this around? We wrote a better movie.
Oh wow!
Remember when we're speculating?
That whether Shang-Chi's ring is linked to
our
extra dimensions, blah blah blah.
Our speculations would have blown this out of the water.
Yeah. I mean, I just sat down and watched. I just listened to you guys, and I was like, these guys are wasting their time.
I mean, I think I was right. I was right on the two rings. She having one, but Beyond that,
But apart from that, oh
very,
my God.
very,
Okay.
very.
Wow. So I feel like you've stolen today's thunder. Today, you just want to post what Red said and just
No. I have a slightly different view about this movie. It's like you made something for Disney TV shows, like a Cartoon Network level of show. These like 2 episodes of Teen Titans.
I disagree. I think that's an excuse. You see,
I'm not excusing. I'm not excusing the quality.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I've heard a lot of excuses like people not liking what's her name,
Brie Larson.
It's just a bad movie. I have seen better stuff from Cartoon Network. I've seen better stuff from basic Battle of the Planet, G-Force. I'm telling you, there's been better plots from 1951 cartoon, 2D cartoons than what we saw this. I'm serious. I'm serious. We'll go into it. So when you start saying,
I don't think Tunde was trying to excuse it. I think he was dissing it.
Yeah, I'm not defending the movie yet.
Yeah.
No, it's like, but
he's not. But I like Red's. I like Red's anger.
Say where he's going with it.
Yeah,
Red
when I'm, I don't.
I like it.
I don't love it. Or
it's violence.
I don't do middle of the road. Sorry to me. Let's go.
No, you say 2 episodes
of like Teen Titans. You just combine 2 episodes of Teen Titans together, and you remove any emotions in it and just put it out there. It takes those kinds of premises, those kind of very silly premises. Oh, we are in a world where everybody is singing to talk for no good reason, and that's the entire episode concept.
I don't even think Kex can grasp what you just said.
I'm struggling a little.
Yeah, you can't understand.
Kex, did you ever watch Buffy?
Yes, I did.
Do you remember the famous singing episode?
I do remember that. Yes. They also did it in Scrubs. They also did it in
any Indian movie.
So you're watching a movie, a space movie, which is about galactic forces which is meant to be, I guess I'm with air quotes, a serious galactic threat. And also they go to this planet and they can only sing. Their language is singing.
And they're doing musical.
It's not only singing, it's singing and dancing.
Inhabitants of the planet.
They're doing musical numbers and they're dancing, choreographed dances.
Yes. So it's not even just singing, it's dancing.
And they put Captain Marvel in a dress.
Yes.
A princess dress.
Yes.
I just thought that dress was fire, but
you should have said spoiler alert.
I mean, if you are still here at this point, I'm sorry for you. If you have not watched the movie, I'm sorry for you. Like, please, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is really tragic.
When I edit it, I'll put in the spoiler when I head. Yeah, so that's one of the things, Kex, that made no sense to me. I think I might be wrong here. I think it's about 5 to 10 minutes long, the whole scene.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just shaking my head throughout.
It felt longer.
Oh, it might have been.
That's when I thought I was in the wrong cinema.
Yeah,
maybe they took Barbie and put it in there instead.
I was fist pounding.
It's ridiculous.
No, but people apparently love that kind of sequences. So this is where
okay, God.
I've seen some.
Keep interrupting this guy. I can't believe I'm the one that's like, let this guy.
I can't believe I'm the more positive one on that's about a Marvel movie that I don't even like.
But you say people love it.
Because I saw some reviews about something that said, "Oh, I really love this particular sequence. It's fun, it's silly. They don't care about the logic behind it. It's just
men lie, women lie, numbers don't."
You know
what's the box office saying? If they love it that much.
I mean, we can talk about the box office all day, and I'll get to that in a bit. But on the movie itself, I think where I won't have been bothered so much about the singing and dancing bits if the emotional bits actually landed a bit more stronger, like the relationship between Captain Marvel and Monica. That was just waved and very like she's mad that this woman she saw once when she was a kid went off to fight a war and never came back. I mean, you didn't have any relationship with this woman like that. You met her only once, and now you are so mad that she was not there for you. You had your mother for your entire life. I mean, you're not suffering. You didn't suffer. I don't get that.
Well, I think there are some speculations around that on the nature of the relationship between a mom and Captain Marvel.
No, but if I remember correctly,
it wasn't. That wasn't obvious if that's what they were trying to.
No, it wasn't obvious. But,
no, but for the kid,
How
she met
does that affect Monica? I mean,
like Monica
I
was
would
also
so
Yeah.
Monica expected a replacement mother figure when her mom.
Yeah,
But she had a mother all her life up
Did
until
she?
the bleed.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
her
Oh,
mother
probably
died
She
in
had
the
her
bleed.
biological mother her whole
Yeah.
life until
Yeah.
her mom passes away from
Yeah.
cancer.
I think the issue with that part for me is it was just incompetent in the film itself. It was incompetent how they wrote, how they talked. If you watch WandaVision, they kind of planted this seed that she's really angry at Brie.
We
I don't
talked
remember
about
that
this,
from
and we didn't know
WandaVision.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was resentful,
big.
but we couldn't
She was-
put
yeah,
our
she was
finger on
resentful.
why. Yeah.
We could put it. In this film, I found that she was even less resentful, but still a bit peeved
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
You know. But when they met, there was no real reason. She couldn't even come up with a real reason why. I was even expecting her to say something like along the lines of, this is what I said, it was incompetent. You came during Endgame and you could not even come to say hello. That would make sense to me. They didn't even mention that because she has been to Earth after she left. So I thought that was her. To me, that was my get. That's why she was angry. Oh, I saw your news fighting these aliens, but you couldn't come to say hello. They didn't even mention that. There was no real reason for her anger.
Because even that beef self, you came to her to fight aliens, I didn't come and see me. It's like this is your auntie from so long ago that you don't like it. You were a child, you met her for like a week or so, and like
Maybe we're
you
using
expecting
Naija
No.
mentality.
Maybe
You can't be like,
No.
Auntie B, you didn't come back since 20-something years.
No, she didn't meet you for just a week or so. Why did you say a week or so? She was in her life all the way through.
Remember that
she disappeared.
Brie disappeared at first to go and become this thing, Captain Marvel, where she would lost her memories and everything. That was for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And then she came back to meet was it an 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl?
Something
before she disappeared again shortly afterwards.
She disappeared for 6 years.
But when she came, that girl knew her.
She knew her.
She?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she knew her. I remember Brie might go for a year somewhere, but when she comes back here, you know that the time dilation effect. So she got for what? But that guy knew her when she came back. It wasn't like a stranger to her.
Okay. Then I take a bit of it, but it was still strange. The conflict and they didn't even sell it well. Like when they were reconciling and they were talking, I was like, it felt very wooden. Like there was no real emotions there. And
it was wooden.
I don't blame the actors for that. Actually, I don't blame Brie because I know Brie is a fantastic actress. She can deliver.
So who do you blame? The director?
The director and the scriptwriters, because the way they directed everything, it was poor. They could have done a lot more with that. And it felt very
I want to ask about
script.
Yes.
I am filled with a lot of anger because I felt like the script wasn't fair to Captain Marvel.
Tell us more.
You have somebody who is supposedly the strongest Avenger or hero left. And then you have her in fight scenes where she can't take down 2 Kree. And you have her in fight scenes where cats are doing anyhow with her. And then you have... How is that fair?
Let's not even talk about the cat.
Yeah. So
it just felt very unfair. The whole script felt very, very unfair to Captain Marvel as a character and what she should be able to accomplish or achieve as a powerful hero. It's like when they took Wonder Woman from galactic issues to fighting in a mall in the second. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they wanted to go a direction where the villain was depowering Captain Marvel whenever they fought. Like she was talking about energy and things like that, but it never really works. It never really showed that really well in the movie. Because it's at some point, Captain Marvel was fighting her toe-to-toe. In the end, she needed all 3 of them to fight her. But the display of powers, especially knowing what we know coming from Endgame, where we saw Captain Marvel blowing up massive spaceships and threatening fleets all by herself. It was bad.
Talk about powers. I had a note here.
Yeah,
Monica's powers were lame in this film.
So what are Monica's powers?
I don't know till now.
Verbally, she's light-based projection. That's verbally what they told us.
Okay.
Mainly what she did was a few light blasts, and then she becomes intangible, so people go through her.
Like Vision. So it's like they were bringing Vision back.
So she goes light form, and then people go through her. To be honest, she came across very lame, power-wise.
She was the lamest.
Yes.
And she was just a walking, and that thing with Monica, she was just a walking exposition for no good reason.
Wait. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I was just trying to recollect what her powers were at the end of WandaVision, because
we never. Yeah, she did that.
We didn't get to see.
She did that face thing where someone shot at the twins, I think, and she either she absorbed the energy from the bullets or something, and we were trying to speculate as to what that was. So it's just like, I don't want to say it's just intangibility, but
no, she can do. She can go light, but I think she can absorb light energy as well, and she can blast it. But in this film, it's not really.
It wasn't explained that way at all.
Yeah, and she didn't look very powerful at all.
In the movie. And then she said, "I got my powers from a witch's hex force field" at some point in the movie.
Yeah.
And even Brie is like, "Huh? What are you saying?"
And let's not forget she learned how to fly in 2 seconds.
Oh God, please don't remind me of that. That I cringed physically when Nick Fury said that.
She learned how to fly in 2 seconds.
Oh yes.
I was cringing at that line. Like that was there are like 3-4 points in this movie where I physically cringed. I said this was terrible.
You guys can count 4. I said everything.
There are like 3 or 4 that stand out completely. That
they're three things that are way. That flying scene. When I was watching, I was thinking, is this meant to be a callback to Captain Marvel's flying scene in the first film? Oh, it's just bad writing.
She said she doesn't know how to fly.
She said, "I don't know how to fly." Miss Marvel is falling from the sky, like she's about to splatter herself on the ground. And
that is Kamala Khan is falling from the sky.
Okay. And then Nick Fury goes, "You can fly, black girl magic," and then she takes up to flying, and that's
black
it.
Girl magic.
Yeah. And suddenly she's flying.
Because I was not in that writing room. I'll be slapping people.
I want to ask what the interactions were between the 3 of them. Like that triangle of those 3 Marvels. Like, what was it like?
Okay, can I ask?
Did it work? Was it someone that was dropping the ball massively? Was it? Yeah, go on.
I want Miia to, because obviously I don't want to talk from the male gaze. I mean, I felt the one person who I generally felt her reaction was true and honest, and that's because probably she is actually just acting herself. Wasn't Kamala? She's basically playing the nerd who's meeting her heroes, and that typical kind of reaction.
Yeah, I think that was done well. She captured when you meet your hero
very well.
This,
just starstruck.
She was starstruck, and she did.
But don't you think the reaction of Brie back to her was not that level? And
I did again. I still don't really understand what was happening. So Kamala, because I just finished Ms. Marvel and went straight into that. It felt more natural, and everyone has sort of praised the actress who plays Kamala Khan at how well she portrays being young and adorable, geeky. I won't say blurred. She's not black, but what would be the term? Snurd? South Asian.
I don't know what that S is supposed to be. I really don't. I don't want them to come for me. They've gone for that one already.
No, with black nerds, we say blurred.
I know,
right?
blurred, I know.
Okay, so I don't know. Whatever you would classify her as, but she played it, she's young. She that came across accurately, and it did in the movie as well. But then you're right, Captain. So Captain Marvel's reaction to her, it almost was like she was more focused on Monica than Kamala. And was too busy trying to deal with her relationship with Monica, which again we also don't understand, because like you said, she only saw this woman once when she was a little kid. We don't know why she tagged all that emotional angst onto her. So she's just fending or dealing with Kamala, knowing, okay, they said we're entangled, and I got the entanglement reference. I was like, this is a little dated, but fine. So her focus is really on Monica the whole time, and I was confused because I was like, are they related to each other romantically? or is this auntie to niece? Make it clear, or give us more time in the movie to really understand what is happening here.
That would be very interesting, though, if they pursued the romantic angle.
How can
would it be weird? Would it be weird?
It would be very weird.
The last time I saw was when she was kids. That would be weird. That would, that would be weird.
That's Lolita-ish. You don't want to.
Something I want to praise, and it's weird saying this about the relationship between Kamala and Captain Marvel. It's a little sequence they did where Kamala is trying to save people in a particular area, and Captain Marvel has to try and rescue her, stop her from dying, and then let her know that, oh, you can't save everyone. We have to save those we can. And I thought they would build more that, like, Kamala learning the realities of superheroes and how, yes, as much as you try, you can't save everybody. I thought that was well done for a sequence.
Even the consequence of that scene, I felt was they didn't shirk from.
They didn't showing it. Yes, like
I thought that
people
was
lost their lives. People lost their lives massively.
Can somebody please explain what led up to that scene when Loki's wife in real life, or Loki's girlfriend in real life, was at the negotiating table with them?
Yeah.
What was she saying exactly?
She wasn't being sincere with them.
Yeah, she was pushing. She was pushing them. You talk about the scrolls, right?
Yeah.
When she was saying, I wouldn't want you guys to suffocate.
Yeah.
So
it was not a negotiation. She was not.
Okay. So basically, the plot, and I'm putting the plot loosely here, is Hala, and this is another thing that annoyed me. One of the biggest things that came out of the first movie was Brie was going to go back to her world.
Yeah.
Well, I say her world, to the Kree world, and sort out the supreme intelligence, bring down. All of this now has happened off screen. What we're now seeing is the after effects. So basically, whatever she did when she took down the supreme intelligence wrecked the planet Hala, like environmentally wrecked it.
Oh no.
Messed it up totally. So the plot, and I'm doing air quotes, is this new what's the phrase for Ronan?
World?
The accuser. The new accuser, yeah.
So the new accuser, which is who Miia is saying is Loki's girlfriend. Sorry, I always forget that fact.
Zoe, she is.
Yeah.
Go on.
She has the same level of presence as Ronan. Totally crap in this film.
I suspected
she was terrible. But her idea was, I'm now going to go to all these other planets which are dear to Captain Marvel, and rip some resources from them. So for one planet, she's going to rip the atmosphere. For one planet, she's going to rip the ocean.
Okay.
I don't know what she was going to rip from Earth. I can't remember what she wanted from Earth.
The stone. She was going to steal her son. How? We don't know. Yes.
And then what does she do with these resources?
No, she transports it to Hala to try and
rebuild. Okay, rejuvenate Hala. Okay.
Yeah, because Hala apparently doesn't have anything anymore, even though people were still living there
on it. And this her universal what's it called? Hammer.
Yeah.
Her universal weapon. I don't know what magic that weapon is working. That it was doing all this awesome stuff. It made no sense.
You just need to ignore that part. You just need to ignore that. Just ignore it, because Ronan's accuser's weapon was working on an Infinity Stone. That's what made it powerful. Yeah. This one, it's working on space girl magic, basically.
Inshallah vibes,
pure vibes. Yeah. So there is a good, and this is what's going to annoy me about this. There is a good story here. I put that very lightly. Like, the premise is good.
What is the premise?
Captain Marvel wrecked these people's home world. Like, she completely destroyed the world.
Oh, is that the premise?
Yeah,
like, it's not a strong premise because none of that happened on screen. We never saw it.
That's the right thing.
If they built it up, because for Captain Marvel's journey, it's a journey of her coming to face with the consequences of her action. Because according to her, that's why she never came back to Earth, that she's being called the Annihilator, and it's a well-deserved name because of what she has done. And so she doesn't want to go back to Earth until she has found a way to fix that for whatever reason.
Okay.
So that was her own character arc. On the surface, you can have a good story with this.
Name one thing she did, or that they showed, or that they mentioned that she did, that she used to try to fix?
She went back into the sun and started the son again.
No. Before that, you're saying her arc.
Don't remind me.
You said her arc
When she restarts the sun.
I'm saying that the arc of this character would have been taken out from the beginning. And facing the reckoning of her actions, and then coming to that. That would have been a good story arc for her, and it would have been interesting to see. But
so and to be fair, I think I'll go back to Mia's point. This film is unfair to Captain Marvel because that should have been the whole plot. Yeah. How she wrecked Hala and how she tried to redeem Hala, not make it all of a sudden share the same space with 3 other heroes, and a lot of them, especially stealing the scene from her. So in a way, I can even see it's. I don't know. So sometimes I think, is this just an incompetent job? Because I'm not one who believes in conspiracy theories of no, they tried to sabotage her as a character, or they tried. But I see this online. Or it's an anti.
There's no
Brie Larson.
There's no gender. There's no gender agenda. There's nothing against Brie.
It's just bad writing.
It's just bad.
Okay.
I didn't see a single review, article, or anything before watching this on purpose.
Likewise, I haven't seen anything.
So I could take it with fresh eyes. And I felt I came out of it thinking this was not fair to that character. No. How it was written. And you see how fragmented the conversation has been? That's the plot. It was so fragmented.
Very fragmented.
With the random things. At one point I thought I was watching Love and Thunder.
Yes.
When it took the comedic stance, right? So random. But at least Love and Thunder was comedic from the very beginning. Not that it's serious and then suddenly you're in the middle and it's fun and games and musical.
Did they explain the relationship between Kamala's wristband or bracelet? Did they explain that?
No.
They tried to. They tried to.
I wrote a note to myself.
They told us.
They told us, but
they're created in pairs.
Yes.
But we don't know who.
So they are.
If you remember in Ms. Marvel, they talk about another dimension.
Correct.
Where these jinn come from. Yes. So I thought, must be from that dimension, and maybe
that's
these
what
other people are based there.
That's what he theorized.
That's what I was theorizing.
But no, it's not that apparently. These are bands meant to create the jump points. That is basically space wormholes to allow people to cross over. Yeah, so that's what the bands were meant to create. And they're apparently tools of the accuser of the. Is it the scrolls or the what are they called again? Yeah, the scrolls.
Yeah.
Basically, the decree, that the accuser is looking for to use to suck the sun out of Earth.
So in comic book lore, right? You have negabands, you have
so forget.
you have quantum band. So they've killed the law, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's not related to the comic law at all. So the bands are space-time manipulating machines, which help them create the gate jumps. We've seen these gate jumps in Galaxy. Yeah. Now, what I don't explain is, one, how did you lose these bands to start off with?
Okay.
So, but they found one in this film. One was found buried. Was it on Hala or somewhere else? It was buried under. So they found that one.
And how it got there, we don't know.
So the other one, obviously, was found in another dimension. Now, yes, there's space-time bands, but they didn't tell us how they got split and why one was here and why one was no points.
Or who made it? And if the owner, the original creator, is coming back for the bands, they could have said that.
So Kamala's got one.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, she has got both now. And here's the
no.
She had both for a minute.
But when she came back, she only had one. We'll get to that.
I missed that. I thought she had two.
I thought she had both.
No, Brie had second one. In the end, Brie had second one.
She used it to go light up the sun.
Yes.
But let's not.
Okay. So here's another.
Can we score this and move into spoilers?
Yes.
We have been spoilers since now.
Okay. I just want to know how much to dig in.
Oh, yeah, let's go and then we go deep into.
Yeah, please. I would like to score this 1 out of 5 stars. I'm teasing, but this sounds really bad. But I'm teasing.
And that's funny thing for me.
But this sounds really bad.
My score in 10 is easy to score in 10. But I hate how my score is going to sound when it's out of 5.
No, it has to be out of 5. That's what we do.
I know.
Okay,
so my score over 10 was 6, which should be a 3 over 5, but I can't give it 3 over 5 because a 3 over 5 sounds way better than 6 over 10. So because of that, I'm going to give it a 2.6 out of 5.
2.6 out of 5.
And above average.
Above average.
Wow.
Yeah, I still. To me, it's not a bad film. To me, if you go 5, it's a bad film. I didn't think it was a bad film. I just think it was not a really good film. It was okay-ish. I could, in the end, there's some bits in it that I liked. I could talk about later on, but overall, I thought, okay. To me, there's worse films in the Marvel in MCU. Like 3 or 4, 5. I can list. Hey, this guy.
Okay, so Red.
Okay, I'm going to be very generous.
No.
No, I'm going to be very
Give
generous.
it based on your enjoyment of the movie.
No, I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to give it a 1.8.
What did I say?
That is generosity.
That's my generosity. That's the extent to which I can't find anything left in me to do this movie. I'm sorry, like seriously.
Yeah. What would you give this one?
I would give it a 2.
Okay.
Just 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That today, sorry.
I'm with Miia here, it's a 2. And that's because of Imani. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, agreed. I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
She's the star of this.
She thank you. Now, can we move into spoilers?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, officially. So
if you take the money away from this film, this film
yes.
to like a
it's
1 over 10.
But then again, I wonder why was she included in this film in the first place? Like, I'm not trying to be funny. But what I mean is, are they creating a path for her as one of the Avengers going forward?
Yes.
Right. So
not the Avengers.
Oh yes, because of the ending.
I hear people turn up.
Yeah.
So tell me about this.
That's a big spoiler. So spoilers. That's a massive spoiler.
Yeah.
Go.
So in the end, she goes to recruit Kate Bishop. And she says she starts
Prodigy. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that?
So
and she basically acts like she's Nick Fury. She almost pretends to be Nick Fury.
Yeah, in short, I'm inviting you to a new initiative I'm creating, and it's Kate Bishop.
She quotes Nick Fury from Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes. And do you know what annoyed me?
Yep.
The whole show of Miss Marvel, again, sorry to go back to that. I kept thinking, at least she's not as annoying as Kate Bishop. And then in the movie, she goes to meet Kate Bishop. I'm like, Hey, good.
So Kex, this Naija bands, just think of Bifrost on steroids.
So does it just swap one person for another, or
no?
There's other stuff
No.
That doesn't happen.
It just open up a pot. Just open up a portal and show up.
The swapping had nothing. The swapping was not due to the bands.
No.
The swapping was because at the same point in time, the 3 of them touched or used energy
from the bands.
So Monica touched something she's not supposed to touch.
Yeah. So basically,
again. Okay.
Again.
All right.
Again,
so
like in WandaVision.
The enemy was creating her own version of the jump gates, very unstable version.
So something else unexplained.
And they touched that, and that's which is linked to the bands. So that basically entangled them. So they're talking about quantum entanglement.
This really sounds very, very stupid.
It
feels like a convoluted stretch of a reason.
It was
we're in spoilers.
Friday type thing. Yeah, we're in spoilers. Yes.
But Captain Marvel was married. She had another entanglement in an arranged marriage.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She's married to the singing prince on the musical planet.
Yeah.
To the musical planet.
We don't know.
The
whole scene did not fit in.
I'll tell you why. Only for plot purposes, so that they can say that this is the reason why they're going to rape that planet. They wanted the connection to that planet to give the foe a reason why she chose that planet.
She could have helped them in the past.
To take their water.
It could be somewhere where she relaxes.
Red. They said, I'm going to take people who you care for. Planets for people who you care for. So it's made up.
Yeah, I'm saying there are other ways to make her care for
people.
But then you won't have the wonderful dance. Then you won't have the dancing now. I mean, come on. That's the whole point of that sequence. They needed to dance.
And she doesn't even care for that guy. It's meant to be an official, arranged marriage. It's not even a real marriage. It's a diplomatic.
But it was they did that scene to introduce the Korean actor.
Yeah.
To appeal to those, you know how Marvel always sticks in one. Yeah.
That was
okay. So they moved from China to Korea now.
Blatant. Yeah, Korea.
China is not selling money again.
That island
was
Wakanda light. All the scarves that were like with weapons and stuff. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then the guy said, "Use your scarf to Kamala," and then Kamala starts using her scarf as a weapon
to fight.
Kamala was first scarf.
Yeah,
I was like, defending this girl now. You should stop defending.
No, the scarf was given to her as a weapon.
She did it well. She fought with the scarf well.
No, the issue was not how she used it.
It was a weapon or a regular scarf?
No, she was given to her as a weapon. Like the prince,
but she was instantly
the ruler, whatever.
Instantly great at using it.
Okay,
proficient. She was adept.
I thought he gave it to her as a way to dress up because everybody's out.
No, I used this to fight because it was like
you said use the scarf. Use the scarf.
Oh my god! They did a singing musical in it.
Whipping people.
It was all on the planet.
Full musical number with people dancing, choreographed.
Yeah.
You remember when you know when we watched the trailer and I said I saw this planet full of Asian people. I didn't know what they were about.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
they were. Those were the singers. That was a singing planet.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
There were some black people. They had some 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, but maybe because the main guy was Asian. I remember in the trailer.
The main ruler.
I felt yeah.
But then they also said it's a matriarchal society. Well, it was ripping me. I was off.
It was all over the place.
Can we talk about the other stupid scene?
The other end scene.
Yes, the cats.
I got excited.
The flirting.
The cats.
They had the
cats. Oh, the cat scenes.
Gave birth to many kittens just when Denver was coming. And they used them to escape the pod. So the flirting started swallowing people and
to help them escape the explosion.
I'll let you guys explain it.
You have a spaceship that is meant to be the defense of Earth, right?
Do this.
Okay.
But the first time an alien comes to attack them, their next plan is to run back to Earth because apparently they have no weapons up there. How are they going back to Earth? They don't have any proper escape channels. So they get the cats. Remember the cat from part 1?
The Flurkins, yeah.
Okay. Who was apparently giving birth to thousands of similar cats. How? We don't know.
No.
So
wait. Before you put it, all of a sudden,
that was
eggs appeared all over.
The mom said, "Oh, it was already overeating and it had an appetite, right?" So and the mom was like, "This cat looks bloated." I was like,
she had eggs everywhere.
A cat laid eggs.
Eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a cat anyway.
Glowing eggs.
Flurkin.
Yeah.
I thought it was a villain. Those eggs, I was like, oh, it's a villain inside. It's a bomb.
And they came out as
when it hatched.
Kittens. No, they came out as kittens,
Kittens. And then what do they do?
They
kittens ate everyone.
The kittens to swallow every single person on the spaceship in a long slow motion Taika Waititi kind of sequence where people are running away from the cat and they are pushing them with the cat. Oh, let the cat swallow you, let the cat swallow you.
So you have
and people are like, no. So
when it swallows you, what happens? Does it
because the cat can fit into one? They only had one.
I see. Oh, I understand. Okay, so the cat basically have
you into his interdimensional stomach, so you can eat 20 of you, and then we can fit all of you into this one ship. That was the idea.
So it's basically has a pocket dimension in its stomach, which it swallows you, and then it will regurgitate you.
Oh, dimension is nice. I thought it was just intestines.
But this wasn't said anywhere in Captain Marvel. We assume that if it swallows
they foreshadowed it in the beginning of the movie, so that's fine.
Yeah, but to be honest, we've seen it swallow things that way bigger than him.
No. I thought it swallows it like it doesn't. I
thought it was a permanent swallow.
You're done.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
We saw in the beginning of the movie they foreshadowed the way it swallowed some people and they vomited them back again.
Okay.
I thought that was just a random fluke.
No, he did it in Captain Marvel now.
Because now we know the cat was pregnant, so she had morning sickness. That's why she was throwing up the people she was swallowing before.
That's the best explanation.
You know what's the favorite part of the sequence?
You remember when she swallowed the Tesseract? She gave it back as well now.
Yeah. But the Tesseract is
inorganic. Yeah, but okay.
Okay, your favorite part of the sequence. Now,
the dad.
Guess who is carrying the cat to go and capture people? It's the incompetent parents that are going to fly the spaceship back to Earth, rather than leaving competent people on the flight to do all of that and put
What
the dad in
parents?
Kamala's
Kamala's
parents.
parents.
Why did that? Why? Wait.
And where is her sister-in-law? Did you notice?
Why are her parents?
She's gone. Oh, the black
They
girl.
have money for her.
Yeah,
They've killed off the black sister-in-law. Hey.
Why are the parents in space?
They are on
the whole parent thing in this film. Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
No,
it was for comedic relief, I think.
No, because
Kamala's parents, her brother follows her.
The entanglement took Kamala to space for some reason. So the parents insisted on following Nick Fury to the space station where
and
the
parents it's very unfair because Spider-Man's parents, Auntie and whoever, would never have followed him on any of these missions.
No, Nick Fury would never have allowed them to follow him. He would never. Okay, so
then how would
Nick Fury allowed this?
He's the one that took them.
Kex,
it's almost like they were saying Kamala needs supervision, but Peter Parker doesn't.
Kex, when the first entanglement happened and they're swapping around, as part of that swapping around, some creep soldiers ended up in Kamala's house.
Oh,
attacking.
How did they end up? Did they do?
Because if they're holding at that same time when they swap, then they find
okay.
So basically, two of these guys ended up in. Was it two or three?
Kamala's house.
Yes.
House. And then a battle ensued. And Kamala's parents were getting involved in this battle.
And beating the Kree soldiers.
Yes. With frying pan and everything.
And broomstick.
I'm sorry, respectfully, please. Can I give a score for this film?
No, we're not done yet.
And then after that, guess what? When Kamala's parents are when they're on the space station, they are basically a second in command to Nick Fury.
Yeah.
They were giving orders, giving instructions, telling agents what to do.
Yeah.
Well, how can you give this film a 2.6?
They even pray to God. Didn't they bring in God at some point?
Yes.
How can you give this a 2.6?
They even gave investment advice to a space alien.
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed.
And the guy said, I'm 600 years old. I said, it's never too late to invest in mutual funds.
Who is that guy? What is that guy?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There was a lot of focus on him. We don't know his name.
Yeah. It sounds really bad. And I'm so glad I didn't watch this.
There's an element of...
I'm very started.
Wait. Now, what you were saying.
Okay.
You know the Green Lantern movie?
Yeah.
There's something here that happened here that reminded me of that in terms of when the Green Lantern film opened, I was so excited. Because I don't know if you remember, it had some really great space scenes.
Yeah.
And they walked on this planet and it was really, I thought, this is looking like an epic. They go for the epic, and then obviously then they went back to Earth and then the film just fell apart. There are some great space shots in this film that really got me excited. Gorgeous. But then, we had it and then that was it. I was so annoyed. But when we had it, it was really great. And especially in 3D. I thought, this looks gorgeous.
You watch this in 3D. I'm sorry.
I'm mad too.
Let me tell you what happened in sequence, Ayo. In the beginning, Kamala's sister-in-law appears to have been killed off or divorced. There's a fight scene where Captain Marvel is an annihilator but can't fight two Kree soldiers. There's an entanglement. Then there's musical and dancing. I realize I don't know the plot. Someone tells Kamala to use her scarf. Monica appears to be the new Vision without a jewel in her head. Bree still can't fight anyone, even though she fought Thanos. I realize maybe I'm watching the wrong film. The cats are eating people and escaping down the route with the soundtrack of Memory from the Broadway musical playing in the background. Why don't we know what happened with the bangles? Where are the bangles from? 3 of you can't fight this final boss? How? If you have the power of the sun, why couldn't you fight her? Monica becoming pure light reminded me of the comics, but I still don't know what happened. That's my summary.
Bravo.
The strangest thing is, I can't argue that summary.
It's a description of the entire movie.
It's totally on point.
This sounds terrible.
They say things but they don't explain it. But they say it.
Okay.
And then
there are two things I want to talk about quickly. The ending scene where the villain, she manages to beat all three of them. She gets the two bangles. They want her not to use the two bangles. She does, and she blows up.
Okay,
now they recover the two bangles back. And what did they do next? They give it to Kamala to use these two bangles.
Yeah.
Because they don't know why, they don't know any reason. Just okay, take it. You can.
Yeah, but I think. Okay, sorry. I'm now writing for them because they didn't say this.
Did they give it?
We already knew in Miss Marvel that the bands work differently for her because she's not human. She's got this gene blood.
Oh, so the mutation at the end of Miss Marvel, which I thought they would explore.
We know one band works for Miss Marvel. The problem was the other villain was using one band throughout the entire movie as well. The problem was that don't use two; it will overload your this thing.
But she was using it with her hammer.
She was not really using it as a power base with a hammer. But again,
it was an amplifier.
Yeah, okay. I'm making excuses for why they did not explain this clearly at all.
Yeah, so they give the bangles to a 16-year-old girl. That these bangles will just kill this person. Take them. It's perfectly fit for you to use.
And mind you, they killed lots of people in Ms. Marvel too.
Yes, they did.
Remember her boyfriend's mommy?
Yeah.
That's how he died.
That woman.
Yeah.
What does she do with the bangles?
So this is the final solution. Monica decides that I think if all of you give me all your powers, I will be strong enough to close the portal myself. So I'll become all powerful. And then all of them decide to charge. Kamala charges her powers. Captain Marvel charges her powers. They pour it into Monica.
Respectfully, sorry. How does Miss Marvel charge her powers? Like, doesn't she have like grabbing powers?
Her bangles, she claps them together and pushes them into. They all have light-based powers now. It doesn't make sense, but that's fine.
Yeah. And Monica also became a physicist. Did you notice? Because she wasn't one in WandaVision.
She's now Professor Marvel.
She's Professor X Marvel and Vision and Tony Stark rolled into one.
Yeah.
And so she
black girl magic, like she can do everything.
No, sorry. She wasn't a physicist. She was an astronaut / physicist in WandaVision.
In WandaVision, yes.
Yeah, that one was there now.
She was doing police officer in WandaVision now.
No, because she was benched.
Doing any science there.
Yeah, because she was benched. She was an astronaut / physicist.
Oh, she was benched. Okay.
Yeah, she was benched. Okay. I can't remember why she was benched. Something to do with because she just got back.
No, because she just came back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
From the blip.
Yeah.
So she closes, and this is the big spoiler.
She by closes the way, you didn't tell her that. What is she closing? There's a rent in space.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if
a hole in the space-time continuum,
which leads to where
of that dimension.
She's stranded in another dimension, and this is the end credit.
We're talking about the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Say it again. Sorry. Say it again.
So Monica is stranded in another dimension, and this is the end credit scene where she's found in that dimension. She sees her mother in that dimension.
So just to get a quick read, that Denver tried to kill the sun and teleport the sun to her world. So she opened this tear in space time, which was going to like destroy everything. So Monica
did Black Girl Magic
like Beast, Tony Stark, whoever, everybody just quickly figured out what it was and said what the solution was, that she will go in and they should use the band and she'll absorb all their powers, then she'll go in and shut the tear in space time.
And Captain Marvel didn't know she wouldn't return. She was like, "What do you mean you're sacrificing yourself?" As if we didn't know.
You can only close it from the inside.
From that point, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew what the end credit was going to be.
Oh yeah. So in the end, she's found by her mother on the other side. Yeah. But when she reaches up to say, "Oh, my mom, how are you doing?" Blah blah blah. The mom said, "Oh, I don't know you from anywhere." And then Beast walks into the room, and the mom is apparently the
Hank McCoy Beast.
Yeah, Hank McCoy Beast, actually.
So now X-Men are in
the blue one.
MCU.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
yes. So
which is exciting.
we finally meet. meets the X-Men, which is actually good. Which is
What
actually
what is the mom? The mom is just normal, like
No,
is
the
the
mom-
same.
the mom-
No, the mom is
She'll-
is mom.
binary.
It's like
She's
Batman versus
she's
Batman's
binary.
dad
binary. Yeah, binary.
She's binary.
She's
in
binary.
Flashpoint.
Does she
So
have
you know
the
how
binary
Thomas Wayne is
flames?
Batman.
She has the binary
Yeah.
uniform
No, she
and
has
everything.
binary uniform, but they didn't show
Costume.
the flames.
She has a
Just
costume.
enhanced, yeah.
Yeah,
And to me, the costume to me looked like Spectrum, but they called her binary.
they call her binary.
Yeah.
Was it red and white? Or
Yes.
No.
White and
It's
gold.
white. It's
White.
mainly white.
White.
There's no red.
Black and white.
White
Okay.
and
It was black and white.
there was gold on.
There was gold on it.
It looked more like it looked more like a Spectrum costume than a binary. But they called it binary.
Yeah.
To be fair.
But
So
to me,
Beast just walks in and says binary. What's going on here?
has had many names, so I didn't know which hero she's meant to be.
She said binary found you.
Binary is Carol Danvers in our universe or in the comic
Yeah.
universe. Binary is also Carol Danvers. It's Captain Marvel.
Enhanced Captain Marvel.
So that's what they called her.
Remember
that
when
costume-
Captain Marvel said,
Yeah, go on.
"Oh, it's supposed to be you." When she was talking to the binary to Monica's mom in our universe, it's supposed to have
Yes.
been you that would have been.
Yes.
So this is a callback to that where she's the mom that is actually that and became the mutant and everything.
Which is also the same
Got
thing in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So they just
yeah.
So they just randomly show Beast walking.
So Beast
Beast is the
walking.
doctor.
How did?
The doctor, yeah.
Oh wow.
And he
He's in the
said,
hospital bed.
"Let me tell Charles." So
Yeah.
obviously there's a failure
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
And then we also see a logo of the X-Men on one of the screens.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh,
I
we
missed
did?
that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
I
When
didn't see
Briggs
that.
walks in, one of the screens there was a logo of the X-Men.
Okay, I missed that.
So,
So this is
So
so
wait,
basically, this is another. Go on.
Is Monica Spectrum, Daystar, Photon, Pulsar? So what's her mom
Yeah.
supposed to
She's
be?
supposed.
I thought she was supposed to be.
Spectrum.
She's wait. Are you talking Monica? Monica is Photon, right?
no, Monica.
She's
is
had
Photon,
many
Photon.
names in the comics.
She had many names, and that's what I was saying.
And in the movie, they don't choose one for her.
They don't
So
choose
we don't
one
know.
for her, yeah.
No.
No, they chose one. Professor Marvel.
No,
She said no.
Professor
She said
Marvel.
Wait, one sec. Wasn't her mom Maria Rambeau?
Yeah.
Wasn't her call sign Photon?
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
Okay, so it makes sense that she might take her mom's call sign and be Photon in the MCU, right? Or is that
But she
ridiculous?
She hasn't yet.
Yeah, but we don't know what her name
Yeah.
is now. We're like speculating that it could be Spectrum or
It is
I just-
Professor
we haven't heard
Marvel.
anything else. But
Oh no! I think what Tudor was saying is they will go through a few names, and she was just rejecting all of them.
oh, they were throwing names out, and she was like, "No."
Yes, yeah.
Kamala was
Oh.
trying to give her names because Kamala is all about using the word
Yeah.
Marvel
Thank you.
because of
Yeah.
her
Okay.
fangirl.
Yes, yeah.
And Kamala settled on Professor Marvel, and that is now canon. Accept it.
Got it. I'm sorry. I thought you were just pulling that out. Okay. I think this movie.
But she's
honestly, I
also
think this
been
movie-
Captain Marvel in the comics.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
comic books, yeah.
Yeah.
I think this movie deserves less than what you guys have rated it.
Nah.
Unfortunately, I feel a little cheap because when you guys mentioned Beast, I was like, oh wow. So this is like the first official. Well, it's not the first.
It's not the first official, exactly.
It's certainly not the first. I
This scene
apologize.
is no different from the scene in Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
It's a different universe.
Yeah, I
And
suppose.
we've
But-
seen.
They're just teasing us.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm very happy they went this route. That we are seeing X-Men in a completely different dimension, and they are not going to be Professor X was on Earth all this while, and they are not going the
Yeah.
Eternals routes. So I'm happy
Yeah.
it's like that. That is separate universes.
No, I can tell you now, you will get mutants and X-Men that come from 616 in MCU.
I hope not. I hope
I can
not.
guarantee you they will do that. They will not be
I
coming from
hope-
another universe.
I hope what they do is Secret Wars and they bring them in rather than we have new ones in our own universe, because that would be annoying. But yeah, and that's this movie.
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing to say. I I feel like this is a waste of an hour 45 minutes. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore.
Yeah, I think we spent an hour on it already.
Yeah, it's almost as long as the movie itself. This is bullshit. Yeah, I mean that. How is this doing today? How is this tracking?
This is the
Terrible
box office. This is the lowest box office numbers opening for a Marvel movie ever in history, which is understandable. I mean, no actors was allowed to promote it. There was no promotion for this movie done.
Yes.
There was no promotion,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so that's fair.
Why? Because of the
Did they
strike?
give a reason for that?
Because of the strike, yeah.
Oh.
And to be honest, the only promotion that has been for this film has been the negative. All the people going, it's gonna be this, that.
How did they know?
No, the initial reviews that came out were very terrible. Like
the pre-screening that they did.
Okay. Yeah, we're very negative. Like Marvel fans that normally rate Marvel high, we're going, this is the worst Marvel movie ever. I was surprised. I thought of the most.
But if you go to Top Writers now, the score is actually a lot higher now. It's 60.
Oh, that's good.
It's 60 for Rotten Tomatoes and about 85 for audience.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm happy about that still.
Shocking.
Well, but it's not going to help. It's not going to help them number wise.
Yeah, but so I want to do two things. The first is let's do our box office predictions for where do you think this is going to top
Jesus
out
Christ.
at. That's first, and then the second is there was some buzz. I think I heard that the actor, the director, actually even left the set at some point and was working. I think she had multiple projects.
Yes.
She had multiple projects.
So she wasn't able to come back for the reshoots or something odd like that. I never quite read it because I didn't want to get too exposed to any negativity before watching the movie. But, where do we think this is going to max out in terms of its?
So this movie received a B cinema score, which is also the lowest for a Marvel movie. That like with Eternals and Ant-Man Quantumania. And it opened. Yeah, and it opened lower than those movies as well. So I'm looking at 300, 400 max.
400 is really.
Honestly, I'm gonna say 300. When I saw the IMAX cinema, I was shocked.
Million or 1,000?
Pesos.
if this movie breaks 250 million, I'll be shocked.
Red, are you putting 250 down? Should I have you down for 250?
Yes, 250,
yeah. Wow. Okay, Miia, what do you go for? So let me recap.
I honestly thought you were talking thousands. So
it's already made 50
million already now.
Over the weekend now.
Why did they make this? It opened at 35 million, right?
47 million.
Yeah, it's already
hold on. We're talking global here. So
global,
I think it's made 100 and something.
Okay.
Like
so I think it'll do well in Korea.
It won't, but let's
see. Korea is more now. I'm in Korea.
So 400. Let's say 400.
Okay, so you're going 400.
Okay, I'll revise to 300 if it's already at 300.
I'm not going to be on 300.
300.
So that means we've got two 400s with Miia and Tunde, Red and that, but you've got 300 apiece. I will go 380. No,
we'll say 400.
Wait. Let me think about this again. This is a Marvel movie.
The magic is gone.
I remember.
But Thanksgiving is around the corner.
And if for 5 days time, it will be on Disney Plus.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Are they releasing it in? Is this? Are you saying this for a fact or?
That's Christmas.
That's standard.
Is that the policy now?
Yeah, well, to me, that's been the policy. About 45 days later, it's on Disney or almost all the films.
Did they do the same for Wakanda Forever?
Pretty sure they did. I can't confirm or deny that, but I think that's the. Okay. I thought that's standard for them.
I'm going to go with 350.
350. Okay.
Yeah.
I expect to see a huge drop in this particular movie. I don't expect to see a lot of
a particular rise. Yes.
Yeah.
But because of the bank holiday, I think they'll get a slight.
Which bank holiday are you talking about?
They've got Thanksgiving coming up.
Next week.
Oh, in America. Oh, okay, got you. Oh, okay, got you.
Maybe that's why they released it when they did, knowing it would need.
It's not gonna help. It's not gonna help.
Holiday boosts.
Yeah, I mean, no, they typically have a November movie anyway.
They always have a November movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't make this the May movie.
Oh, it is their only. It's literally their only movie.
I mean, Marvel always has a. Marvel always has a.
There was one in May now.
Also.
Ant-Man.
That was earlier. That was much earlier.
That was like February, January.
That was like Feb. Yeah,
Oh.
It was February.
Yeah.
So what did you want to say?
I'd like to that also. Remember, Flash had the same cinema score as Marvel's B.
And what did Flash end up at? What did Flash end up as?
Like 180 or something to be like
that. No.
I'm joking.
Oh,
okay.
All right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. So I want to move on to still on the MCU train. Let's talk about Loki season 2 finale. Which sees I can't no. Respect yourself. I can't mention Loki and you sigh. What kind of bullshit is that?
Okay, so my bad. No vex.
All right. So which follows the conclusion of episode 5, where Loki can now control his time slipping, right? Now this whole episode introduces something really, really cool, which I thought was cool anyway, where Loki is now time slipping into earlier versions, trying to fix what went wrong in episode 5, which is where Victor Timely steps out into the platform that leads into the loom to try to fix the loom of time or whatever. So he goes earlier, and every time he tries to hurry things up before the radiation gets too heavy, something goes wrong, and Victor Timely almost always dies on the platform. And then this causes him to keep going earlier and earlier, up until the point in which he says he's had to keep doing this for centuries so he can pick up, like, I don't know, time physics or something. And anyway, this happens. Still, Loki's unable to prevent the loom from exploding. And then he meets Kang again. And when I mean He Who Remains at the end of time. So that means we get to meet another version of Kang, played by Jonathan Majors again. Which, by the way, I really, really, really like his He Who Remains character and how he depicts it. I really, really, really like it, especially compared to Victor Timely. Yes, who gives him a choice? Either kill Sylvie before she kills me, because now, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here. Now, He Who Remains created the loom to preserve the sacred timeline, right? Because if the loom goes, then the sacred timeline goes as well, and then there's a multiversal war. Okay, what is it then?
So myself and Dapo, we've had a lot of back and forth on this particular topic of the sacred timeline and the loom. So I would describe the loom as described by Victor Timely. So the loom is a failsafe. It's meant to stop the creation of multiple timelines. Like once it senses there's an overload of timelines being created, it goes up and it resets and blows everything up, leaving only the sacred timeline remaining. So only the sacred timeline remaining. So it's a failsafe in that particular order, and then it allows the He Who Remains to rebuild the TVA from start.
Got it.
And
reset
it's
everything. A reset.
It's basically a reset button for him.
Goes back to factory settings. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. And so this leads to the end where Loki figures out somehow that the loom is not built to handle all the timelines that are currently breaking off or branching off. And in order to do that, to preserve these branching off timelines and not prune any of them, he has to replace the loom at the center of all time, more or less. And I'm like, just bear with me here. And he sits at the center of all time, almost fixing or preserving or enriching the multiple. Are they multiverses or timelines at this point? It's a little confusing.
But well, the same.
It's the same thing.
The same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So he gives up his life to stay there to protect the multiverse, effectively, and be the god of the multiverse. And his friends at the TVA now, what they now do is they are there to protect the timelines and to track the activities of the Kangs, of the multiple variants, Kang variants.
So, yeah. So Victor He Who Remains gives Loki two choices, right? Either you blow up the timeline, you blow up the loom.
Yeah.
And what's it called? You blow up the loom and you reset. And you reset.
Yeah.
Which is bad. Odako?
No. If you the options are you save me, and at least I preserve the secret timeline for you. But if you let that, if the blue explodes, everything goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything
It,
but the sacred timeline.
Everything, but
everything.
no. So this is the option. These are the options as I understand it. Yeah. This one gets confusing. So there are two options for Loki. He who remains is at the end of time. He has said, okay, what happens is if there are multiple timelines, infinite timelines, is that multiple Kangs will appear, we'll have a multiversal war, and it would destroy basically every piece you know all through time. What I've done is I've kept the sacred timeline alone and I've destroyed everything. So either you work with me on this level and kill Sylvie, we protect the sacred timeline, we keep on destroying, putting in time, or you take away the loom, whichever way you think you can, and cause this war to happen regardless. So the choice Loki makes is that I'm going to take away the loom, but I'm going to work with the TVA to stop this multiversal war that is eventually going to come from happening. And that's why the TVA's new mission is to stop the Kangs. Because he has a conversation with Sylvie where Sylvie says, it's better we have the free will to destroy the world ourselves rather than taking away that choices.
Really annoying. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I would kill that woman several times. I don't understand why she's written that way. She's written to be so incredibly unlikable. Like, it's a massive failing in the writing that she's telegraphed to be so annoying.
People apparently like her, but oh well. Ooh. I don't know. I'm assuming somebody apparently likes her out there. That's why they wrote her like that.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it begs the question of the choice Loki has to make. Like, do I take away what's this thing called? Do I prune the world and save what I can, knowing that if I let every other timeline be, it's going to end in destruction, like Mikotani has said? Yes. Or do I prune everything? Like, do I make the track? Do I destroy, or do I let it be knowing everything destroyed? Either I destroy everything, saving what I can, or let everything
let it grow and then get destroyed anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Red, did you watch
just to be on the record, I totally disagree with.
I know, right?
Well, I'm not going to get into the debate on that. But
okay, sure. Okay, so what is your understanding of it then?
My understanding is simply that loom, to this right, protects the sacred timeline. Now, when Kang was alive and well before they killed him, there was not a profusion of timelines. The few that were happening could be handled by the TVA. But once they killed Kang, it went haywire. There were so many things that were coming out, which the TVA couldn't handle. And that loom thing was now struggling to maintain.
So my question now is, did they kill Kang?
Sorry?
No,
they didn't kill Kang. So basically what Kang was saying, there's two options here.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, hence prevent that profusion of timelines that caused the loop to struggle. So don't kill me. So there's this whole profusion of timelines that caused the loop to struggle to be in a bad position will not happen anymore. Or if you don't, every will blow up and there will be nothing left. So Kang's option, and this is Kang, obviously Kang saying that, listen, you either have me and the second timeline, or you have zero. Is that not better? But then, in my view, Loki realizes no, okay, there's a third option, which is I would be that third option. Now, don't explain to me how or why Loki's time slipping power. First of all, it morphs. Before, when he time slips at the same time himself, you could see the two of them. Now, when he time slips, it's actually in that.
It takes over the body.
So forget that. Now he has the power to grasp these dying timelines. These are my words. Don't quote me on the side of this.
Okay.
He grasps these dying timelines as they're dying, infuses it with his Loki power so that they're no longer dying, and weaves it into this tree of timelines at which he's the center of. He's a god. This is magic. I guess you can't put science. I mean, this is me trying not to think too deep around it. So he's now. Sorry, go on. Red.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
So he's now the center of this new multiverse. What that means, I don't really know. What is he doing? Does he have any say in the flow of time in these phases? Is he just a new loom?
So my theory,
go on.
For that is, do you remember the Loki, the arc, the run, the God of Stories?
Yeah.
It was a good run.
Yes, very good.
I think outside of not understanding how powerful they are making Loki right now, because he's just being immensely powerful. I think it's just going to be weaving. He's going to be the God of Stories, and he's going to be creating all those new life is him creating new stories and new timelines with his stories. That is what I think. I don't get it. There's a lot of head scratching, hand waving.
So one of the theories I've seen is that it's not creating new life. He has restarted the old timeline and everything with magic. But why he's sitting down there is to monitor the timelines and
he can't leave,
intervene if possible when Kang arises. Yes.
Okay.
Because the end we saw him watching the timeline.
Yeah, and he had a smirk on his face.
Yes.
But that makes him immensely powerful.
Oh yes, he's the god of all things now in Marvel.
He's you have to say he's now at the same level of power of the whole of TVA. And this is the people who were playing around with Infinity Stones like they were nothing.
Yeah.
So
what does that mean for Marvel going forward?
I don't like the series. I will lie.
Okay.
So what it means I think I'm not 100% sure, but
I don't know if you can intervene though.
Hiddleston said in one of these interviews he had that this is probably his last role in Marvel.
Yeah.
So this is his coda for his entire 14-year run as a Marvel character.
Yeah. And this goes back to my issue with what does the show add? I think this show is an indulgent show for Tom Hiddleston. People love him. He's got a cult following. And this is why this show is so popular, because they get to see him. They get to see him to banter with Owen Wilson. But if you look at the 2 seasons, in my view, literally, you could take 4 episodes, 2 episodes from the first season, 2 episodes from the second season, that are really of any import. The rest was just him having fun. You disagree?
It was said no.
No. I thoroughly.
Oh, really?
Thoroughly. I don't think it has any imports, like you said. I'll agree with that. But we have to stop watching these things or start expecting these things to lead into something else. And I think that's part of the problem that the whole universe has had as a whole, where they feel that this movie has to lead into this movie. No, we need to start having these self-contained.
Which are fine with, but they have to tell us that. You can't promise us one thing and not deliver.
But we talked about this last week. We literally said that they made that with season 1.
Yes.
But once we got over that with season 1, season 2, I don't think has said at any point that this is going to be the new status quo of. There hasn't been any declaration for season 2. Season 2 has been relatively quiet, considering the success that season 1 had. I haven't heard anything. They haven't included anyone that we know before, apart from the Loki crew. So it's not like it's not like they said maybe that person has an X gene. They didn't say anything. There was no reference. Unless
you missed one. They referenced Ant-Man. They locate the Kang in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So they made a reference to that.
At the end, yeah.
One of the Kangs popping up.
There was one part I did like, though. I won't lie.
You did or did not?
I did like when Loki was coming into his own and he was changing.
I loved it.
I actually did like that part.
I thought that was so comic booky.
Yes, that was well done.
With his clothes flaring off and his costume coming on, and it was beautiful.
I like that.
That scene underlines why I don't like this whole series. Because that scene was great.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted this is what I was expecting this to be
about. Okay. Like this
you cannot superimpose your expectations on the series. At no point did the series say it was going to give you that.
Right, but one great scene. Yeah, but here's my point. The one great scene, they delivered, and you're not praising it. Which
No. Wait.
They delivered at the end.
Wait.
I liked it.
Exactly.
Wait. I have been. Are you talking to Red or me myself?
No, I'm talking today. Basically, what I'm saying is, all along we've had this. We've had Loki, who 1 minute is powerless. It's like an idiot almost. Like sometimes it's like a joke for most of the series. And then at the end of sorry, I'll let you finish. At the end of each season, it then suddenly becomes quite relevant, does something clever, becomes serious, and this one is the same again.
But if it's time slipping, if he's done it over 2,000 times or whatever.
Yeah, you would assume he'd be proficient in it.
Proficient enough time to come into his own.
And even where's all this power come from all of a sudden? All this, don't get me wrong. I think Loki should be that powerful.
That was fan service. Yeah, that was pure. That was pure.
Yeah, but it's part. It's you're beautiful. It's part of that whole. The main guy will do something at the end. Maybe he realizes that, look, I am this powerful. Like, I don't know. But I'm just saying that it's not a series that I don't think there are many episodes of this series, 6 episodes, that we've actually given below a 2.5. I'll be honest.
Are you sure?
I don't think so today. It's been mostly like 2.5, 2.8, 2.7, 3s.
Tech is right. It's been 2.5 for me generally. Halfway. I'm
like, where is the?
Well, coming from? This is where I'm going to give it a lower score because
but there have been
I gave it we've been giving it 2.5 because we've accepted that this is 2.5 to 3. We've been giving that score because we've accepted that this is a silly show. We don't care about what is happening. We don't care about how it's happening. Exactly. We just care about the relationship between Owen Wilson and this thing Loki. Then we get to the end, and then they make us care about these are mad concepts you're exploring. Groundhog Day, the concept of Loki and Hero Remains. These are actually very interesting conversations that if you've built it up from the beginning of the show up until now, it should have been fantastic. This is like a finale for a completely different Loki show than what we've been getting because the quality is clearly way higher than that. So it now builds resentment into what we've seen earlier.
So it is resentment.
It's resentment. That said it now. He said it's
wait,
he's angry.
No, I don't think he used that word. It's the word that today has used now that I'm not like, okay. So it's the peppermint of this is a good finale. This is that was not even saying this is a good finale.
Like this finale shows what could have been for the rest of the show.
This finale. For me, it's still better than this episode. It's still better than all the other episodes before. But what's making me angry is you could have built it up better. I mean, what they now did was try to rush this. They tried to rush the whole thing in one episode, which is why Miia and Tunde now are arguing about. He said this, that, because they didn't take the time to build it up properly.
Rush what, guys? This episode was actually this finale was actually long.
No, it was not, but like things like no time sleeping, explaining what is going on.
Still one episode.
Like you could have done this all through the season rather than having an episode where they are running around in ancient Chicago.
We spent 5 episodes with that stammering, with the timely rubbish, where we could have had this guy.
Absolutely. So that is a score for the season, not the episode.
Yes, the episode. This episode is good. The episode is good, but the season as a whole,
but the episode is
the season for me.
Oh, the season is going to be worse.
Got you.
Yeah, I agree with Tunde.
Got you. Okay. Miia, have you seen this? Did you watch this season? Did you watch the first season or the second season of this show?
First, I haven't climbed into the second season yet.
Oh, but did you watch the first one?
Yeah, I watched the first one.
Okay. If you watch the first one, the second is worth watching. If you didn't watch the first one, don't even bother watching either one.
I was looking forward to the second. I just haven't had time.
I think it's really decent. I enjoyed it way more than the first.
Stop setting expectations. Going through this show thinking nothing makes sense. You're just watching Owen Wilson and Loki banter and have fun. Nothing makes sense. It's
season setting is what expectation setting is actually what hurts. So just go in with whatever you see. Are we ready to score this one then? Or is there any last talking points that you guys want to take from this? No. Okay.
I think we've basically covered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, show and see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Episode and
I
season.
just want to cover quickly. Hero Remains.
Oh, of course, please.
It's a villain that I like. Like
A lot.
I like this kind of villain.
A
Given
lot.
that allows you to kill him, knowing fully well
Yes.
that you have no choice but to come back to him. Like
Yes.
it's the real definition of I am inevitable. That whatever you do, all your plans or your solutions still come back to me at the end. I like that.
And
so that was really well done.
And today, based on that fact, the time slip could only be explained by Kang gave him that power.
Which doesn't explain. I don't want to get to that because that's nonsense. It doesn't explain why Kang will give him that power.
Yeah, because Kang said, "I know you come back," and you only could not go back unless you knew he had time slipping, which he never had before. So I'm pretty. You might have engineered him to be able to time slip to create that loop.
A wild theory is that Kang was aware. Kang actually took all this power from Loki in the first place and changed history. And then he's using Loki to rewrite everything. That Loki always had this power, blah, 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 from beginning of time. And he's just using Loki as a tool.
Who does Loki that kind of power? I beg.
Watch season 3 now.
Season 3?
They do season 3.
That's
what will happen.
Please, you just said that this is a coda. You better make sure that this is the end of your story. I don't want to see it.
Okay. So that season.
Rating?
Yeah, go.
I'll give this episode a 3.2.
Okay. Season.
And the season a 2.
Okay. That's fair. Red. Episode and season.
Episode a 3.
Okay.
Season a 2.5.
That one. Episode and season.
Why are you laughing?
That was doing some quick maths there. Calculating some.
No. I'm not. I think I'm very close to Tunde.
Okay.
I was going to give this episode a 3.
Yep.
And I'm going to give the season a 2.2 overall.
Okay. I'm going to give this episode. This episode for me is a. Nah, I was going to say 3.8. I really enjoyed it.
Don't give me 0.2.
No, 4 is still high. I'll give it a, because I enjoyed it more than some of the other episodes I've seen, and I'm pretty sure I've given it a 3.5 this season. Just based on my enjoyment of, his time slipping, and then, trying to hurry them up and saying, yes, put your head in here, it's going to be fine. Okay, now move here. Like the whole frantic nature of that whole piece, I thought it was brilliant, and I would have loved to see more of that this entire season. I would give the whole season a 3. I would definitely give this maybe even higher, but I'll give it a 3 because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it even for, it's probably on my top 5, no, maybe even top 3 Disney TV shows.
I mean, how many good TV shows are there from Disney?
Yeah, that's why I reduced it from 5 to 3. You need to calm down, bro. Okay.
You're saying top 3.
No, my personal top 3. No, of all the ones that even if I'm not even going to. You're not going to stress me. But yeah, so 3.8 and a 3. Yeah, so Miia, you should watch it. It's nice. Okay, so Invincible. Who wants to take this one? That one. Season 2, episode 2.
Yes. Right. Invincible. This episode, let me just give it a quick summary. This episode, we have Dr. Seismic back from the first season. And he's a hero at the end that we saw was dropped. I honestly thought he was killed in the first season. But it looks like he was dropped to the center of the earth, and he basically made some friends down there. Like the mole, what's that character in the Marvel, the Mole Man? So he's come back now, and he's trying to reclaim. It's such a silly premise. All the concrete and the taken from the earth, used to build monuments. He's trying to reclaim them all. It's a bit silly. It's just an excuse to show Mark fighting him and beating him up. Really, this episode I think is more of a scene setter for what's to come. We see a lot of a plot that I thought they'd forgotten about, and this is the Martians. So I don't know if anybody remembers in season 1, Mark went to Mars, And when they came back, he went to rescue some astronauts who were stranded in Mars. And when they came back, one of the astronauts had been replaced with a shape changer. And we now see that shape changer is on Earth, still pretending to be an astronaut. But he's
doing a very poor job of it.
He's very bad at it.
He's doing a very poor job of it.
And anybody who had any sense,
he can't even lie.
Yeah, exactly. He's shockingly bad, and the fact that he's not been caught out is just amazing. But he now assumes the identity of a superhero. I can't remember what his name was.
Shapesmith.
Yeah,
Shapesmith.
So he's trying to become a member of the Guardians of the Globe. One question I had about that was, in that scene from last season, did not one of the squids also come back? I was confused because I knew a Martian came back.
I thought that's...
No, none of the squids came back. It was just a Martian.
You know why?
Okay.
You're right.
The squids captured the other Martian and used him to capture the planet Mars, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I thought the Martian was the squid because he changed his badge, the American tag on his astronaut costume, but it was the Shapesmith Martian that did that. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So that's but we also see that the squids are preparing as well on Mars. So I think this is going to be a plot point going forward. We see Mark and Mom have a talk, about she's trying to let's go on a break, but Mark is now desperate to try and make up for what his dad did, and he wants to basically be on call with what's his name, Cyril? Yeah, 24/7, and Cecil. Sorry, that's right, Cecil. Okay. Yeah. One bit that I found a bit I liked and I didn't like it in a way was also we see Eve. So Eve has a bigger part in this episode than the first episode. We see her using her powers to try and repair some of the damage done in Chicago. And then there's this debate, which I think is a logical debate about you're repairing this thing, but we don't know what you're doing.
I loved it.
We don't know. Yeah.
If it's up to code or not.
Yeah.
I loved it. She was taking away. She was taking away union. She was taking away union jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that exactly.
Yeah, and to be honest, there's a fair point. I don't know. I don't know how good you got powers, but do you know how to create a foundation? Do you know how to do T-beams? What are you doing? Yeah. And so it kind of comes back to bite her in the butt in one scene because I think she fixes up some park that's been left laying fallow for years, but apparently there was a reason why it was left laying fallow.
Yes,
so that was good. Her family.
Very well done. Yeah.
Her family bait, I struggle. It seems too much on the nose for me. So she goes home and she realizes that her dad's, I think, lost his job and now works at so they're struggling. They're kind of struggling a bit.
Yeah.
But this dad is so hard nosed and refuses any help.
I think he's a little overdone. Like I'm just like, this is your child. Yeah. This is your, and it's not. Sorry, I mean, you've got a headstrong. The child is headstrong, I know, but she's still your daughter. When she was hurt in season 1, we saw that he cared. He's just very. It's just very difficult for him to show it. But I'm
Thank you, Kate. This dad is not like he's evil entirely. We do. There's this feeling that he does care for her, but it comes across really like he's totally got a clueless how to talk to anybody, especially his daughter. So I find those scenes. I find his characterization a bit too much for me personally. But now we have Immortal. Immortal's taking over the team, and he's basically he's like a very hard drill sergeant, and getting them to do lots of drills, and he's also doing some different type of drilling with duplicates.
That was so unexpected.
Out of nowhere. I did not expect that.
She was talking to him like, what's going on?
So that's going on. I don't know how that's going to play out. And to be honest, I thought, remember that team that's now the Guardians of the Globe? Weren't they a teenage team before?
Yeah, they were kids. Yeah, initially.
So is that girl still a kid? So I kind of thought, and this guy's like 1,000 years old.
Exactly.
So the way you cut it 16, 18, he's still
18, and he's like 2,000 years old. It's a bit weird, and but one bit I did like. So part of the Caesar does give Mark a job, and there's some rumors that Batwing, I don't even know if that's the right name, Darkwing, is now alive.
Yes.
And so they ask Mark to go and investigate, and there's this city, which is basically Gotham, but it's been cursed.
Yes, exactly. That was Gotham.
It's a perpetual dusk. No, not dusk. What do you call it? Night. There's no. It's always at night. I find that a very, very funny scene. So there's so basically that Darkwing is Darkwing's former sidekick who's now taking over the role, who seems to have some kind of shadow powers and try to trap. Well, he does trap.
He does
Mark
trap him
in this dimension, but he's a bit stupid because he comes back in and starts arguing with him and then lets Mark catch him.
He's so stupid. Like you could have just left him and buggered off, but you just had to rub his face in there and keep coming back. And
and then we see some more relationship between Amber and Mark. Amber's got.
Can I just say that I really like that part?
You like who?
I really liked that part. I mean, the part where he flies her to the Vegas Eiffel Tower, and I cannot overstate the voice work on this cartoon. It's so, for me, it's so good. Stephen Yen as Mark, his voice is amazing. Like I don't know. There's just something about the delivery. Even Tata Sciori as Amber's dad. That's another very standout performance. Even is it Margaret O or what's her name as his mom? Like this is some really, really good stuff here. Where he flies her up and Cecil calls him and he has to like leave and he's like, okay, sorry, gotta go, love you, and he kisses her and flies off, and then he comes back and he's like, oh, I have to fly you back. Oops, I have to fly you back. But it's just little bits like that. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, I thought as a whole, did we talk yet about the whole Aquaman sequence where where the Aquaman character who was killed in season 1, his widow, Mark is told that in order to create to
create peace,
seal peace, between Earth and the underworld or the sea world or whatever, that he has to marry the queen. It's a ceremonial thing. That's what Cecil tells him. But when he goes down to Atlantis, he finds out he has to actually fight this crab creature or something. That was, to be fair, that was 15 minutes we could have done without. It didn't really add anything.
Zero.
Didn't add anything. It did, and the creature grabs Mark and then, falls into the Mariana Trench or whatever. And then next minute we see Mark coming out on the ocean on a beach somewhere. We really could have done without that. That was very much filler. It was just padding, like, okay, we don't really have anything here. We need to get to a certain number of episodes or whatever. Let's just push this in there. I don't mind it, but it didn't add anything. We could have done.
Okay, so that part is from the comics, and
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's lifted directly from the comics, and they made a change to that.
I don't remember it all.
So in the comics, he actually has to marry her. And then he replaces himself with the butler for the marriage ceremony in the comics. So when the queen is going, we don't have those outdated customs anymore. She's making a reference directly to the comic books that that for that particular time. Now we are all.
I did not remember that. I did not remember that from comics as well.
At all.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask a question? So count today. You finish.
Now let's say that this episode was like 3 different story arcs from the comics, just smooched together to create filler. And that's why it feels like one adventure after the other after the other. It's like the Darkwing episode, the Atlantis episode, then the Mole Man episode all together.
I don't remember.
But
I feel better now. You telling me this because I feel more like okay, they want to add something from the comic book, but without necessarily, making it long. And okay, let's just, a whole arc exactly. Let's just piece it together. Okay, I appreciate that now.
I have a question.
Go.
And maybe I'm missing something here. Do we know what's up with Donald? Is he a clone?
I don't think we ever find out, even in the comics. Because even in the comics, it wasn't killed this early. I'm not 100% sure. Either he's a cyborg or something. But there was a period he was killed much later on, and then he appears all of a sudden. So it's like either he's a cyborg or something, but I can't remember if we actually ever really find out how he keeps coming back to life.
Okay, all right. So I thought maybe I was forgetting something here. I was trying to work out what's going on with him. Okay, that's fine. And also in the end, we see an alternate Invincible who's been caught by.
Oh yes.
Angstrom crying
for
help.
Well, he wasn't caught by Angstrom. It doesn't seem like he was caught by Angstrom. The things, no, he was caught by the Guardians of that world. It was the Cecil of that world who's female, and the Donald of that world who's female as well. And Angstrom came to find out how were you captured.
Oh right, got you.
Yeah, like how did they get you? And I think it goes back to the whole he was saying that they tired him out, they wore him out. So it feels like Angstrom is going around to different dimensions to where
find out
Mark or Omni-Man has been defeated to find out how he was defeated, which takes us to Cecil building what seems to be like a sonic weapon to use against Mark or maybe the Viltrumites.
Based on that aquafish thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Beast,
So it was an okay episode. I think my favorite part, even though I didn't really think about it much, but it was something that stuck out to me was the consequences of Eve. I don't want to say taking shortcuts, because when she was doing it, I was like, why don't more heroes do this? Like, you can build shit, you're super strong, you can, or you can manipulate like molecules or something. Why don't you go build homes, irrigate farms, irrigate the deserts, like stuff like this? But, there are other consequences. And I love the fact that here she does it. And, you think the foreman or forewoman, when she comes around, is being a hard ass. But in reality, there is a process to this. There is a method to this. There's a reason why it takes time for concrete to set. There's a reason why these guys have degrees and years of experience mixing cement and putting T-bars and everything. So,
and to be honest, almost no foreman in the world will stand up of that building.
Yeah, exactly. But the people were like,
I didn't build it, so I don't know what you've done. I'm not gonna sign up on that.
Yeah. But what we look at as I saw it initially as red tape. Oh man, she has built it in half the time, and she literally clicked her fingers and she's built a park and everything. But there's a reason why I like that bit. It was just something to think about. The easy option is not necessarily always the right one. Sorry, Tune, you were saying.
No, yeah, I like it as well because it shows how simplistic superhero solutions can be to saving the world. You save the world, you kill the bad guy. What comes next? Nobody cares. You ignore the consequences, but showing that there are consequences to these actions, it makes for a richer TV show.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I were her,
Red, did you see this episode?
I tried to. Yeah. So I saw it halfway, then I fell asleep. That's why I shut up after the darkness. That's why I shut up after the darkness.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you were saying that you said something?
No, I said if I was Eve, my next move is to go and get a civil engineering degree.
Are you going to get one in civil engineering, biochemical, food science? There's so much.
But why? All she's going to do is just be reconstructing buildings. Once that is done, what next?
No, I assume buildings.
No, you could build more buildings for other people. It's nothing. It's a skill set. Like Keck said. To be honest, yes, learn chemical engineering, learn medicine, because her power has unlimited potential.
Why learn it when you can just employ experts around you?
Oh
Yeah, I
all
don't
that.
think
Yeah,
she needs
yeah,
to
all
learn
that.
it. Yeah.
You
All
can
that.
work with people to
Yeah, I agree.
okay,
Yeah,
tell me what to do here. I will do it.
Exactly.
And
What is the
it,
exact
yeah.
mix that you
Even
need?
that building, she could have done it step by step. So okay, tell me what
Exactly.
you want here there.
Yeah.
Switch 3 beams, has 3 beams. What do and do it that way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, she's learned a lesson. We'll put it that way. Just see how she applies it. Okay, cool. Should we rate this one then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Episode season 2, episode 2. Let me go first. I will give this one a 3. Enjoyable enough episode, but nothing really happened, and I feel like I'm waiting for stuff to happen. I don't know if that's even a good thing. I feel like I should be enjoying it, but I find myself waiting for something to happen. So I'll give this one a 3. You guys?
I would
Today?
agree with you on this. Season 1 Invincible, at least even when we had nothing episode, had a looming threat in the background happening, like there was a bigger threat building up. I don't really feel that threat in the Angstrom and the what's it called?
Yep.
The clones, because it doesn't feel, we've seen clones so many times, alternate dimensions so many times now that it's a tired threat. So I don't feel that big background investigation going on that is propelling the plot despite this. So it's 3 for me as well.
Red?
For what I've seen so far, I'll say 2.5 because I stopped halfway.
Okay, so 3.25.
I said 3. I said 2.5.
Oh, I thought it said 6.5. Sorry, I thought it said 6.5. Okay, my bad. That more.
2.7 for me. I think it was okay. I enjoyed it, but it felt like filler, and I was like marking time.
Yeah, it was a bit of a nothing episode, which makes me wonder what the next episode is going to be. There's still that thread, that hanging thread of the card that was given to the mom. So I'm still quite curious as to what that means.
They did not follow that.
No, they didn't touch on it at all. Yeah, they didn't touch on it at all.
Definitely, there was an ulterior motive there, right?
I strongly suspect that there is,
as there always is. As there always is.
Okay, cool. So that do be episode 158. Thank you very much for joining us. Next week we will be covering. Are you telling me that next week we've only got Invincible?
Invincible.
Yeah. We need to talk about comic books.
Yeah, we need to about comics.
I'm caught up on Blade. So
okay. Okay. So let's do one from Marvel, one from DC, and then one from another comic book.
Independent. Yeah. Okay.
Independent. Yeah, there was a rather interesting comic book I read this week called "Gunning for Hits." It's not typically what I would read, but I found myself really enjoying it. It's about a music executive. It's about a music label executive who used to be an assassin. Very oddball, funny type stuff. So it's called Gunning for Hits. It's 6 issues. So if you want to watch something that's not, what you would typically read at all, whether it's spandex or tights, you can pick that up. But yeah, so for me, thank you very much for joining. Remember, rate, like, subscribe. Naija's Geeking Out, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And today, over to you.
Yeah, guys. Good night, guys. See you next week. Marvel's has delivered their lowest movie of the year. Let's see if it will beat if it would beat Flash in the box office.
Yes.
We hope so, but who knows? Who knows?
No, you don't. You really don't.
Marvel
you
might
really
have the
don't.
lowest box office.
You do not hope so. You hope
don't.
it doesn't. We know exactly what you're praying for.
Why are you lying?
It's amazing.
Why you always lie?
It's amazing how DC keeps recalibrating to the lowest common factor. I mean, did you see all those guys on somebody saying
they were happy.
They glee, like the gloating, like.
But I'm not surprised about that.
No. They've been waiting. They've been waiting for so long.
Oh, by the way, some news updates. While DC is not changing their schedule of movie releases because it's been properly planned out, Marvel has moved all their schedules forward by a year. So next year,
forward
only
or back
will be coming out.
Because they have sense.
Backwards.
Okay, fine. Okay.
They have sense because they know they're floundering. So
Yeah, but this is because of proper planning. All our schedules will come out as of when due. Superman is not changing his schedule date. The sets have been properly built. Creature
Yeah, but
Commandos
that's
is
because
coming out
Superman is
next
not even
week.
coming out. Sorry, but
when
that's because
is
you have
Superman
nothing
coming out?
next
Is
year.
it coming out next year?
I'm
No, it
saying
isn't. It's 2025.
we did not change our schedule
The
for
only thing they have
anything.
coming out next year is TV stuff. Is
Well,
Penguin and
We
Creature
did
Commandos.
not change our schedule. That's
today,
the news.
I mean,
This is
where
not
did
the
not?
news.
I'm actually into this. I'm into the side on this one.
Okay, that
I
is weird.
think
What is it?
no, I just think yes, maybe now we're gonna get some structure from DC. We're gonna get some good quality films from DC. I think this might be one of those scenarios where DC's on the rise, while Marvel's now struggling to finish. So I think we might have a role reversal going forward for the next few years.
Okay, we'll see.
We're comic book fans. We'll enjoy it.
Oh yeah, yes. A good superhero movie, no matter what house this is, I'm down for it.
We're not one of those who don't like our enemies to do well. We
Red,
up our
do
game.
you want to sign off?
Obviously not.
Red, do you want to sign out?
Yeah, so that's it from me. I'll see you guys next week. Good to be back again.
That what?
And thanks for listening, guys, and see you later.
Bye.